Here again with another Big Bang Theory Season 7 episode review video. Before I get into that though, pretty important, if you aren't caught up to the point where I am, and rewatching or watching The Big Bang Theory, or you're just not entirely sure, then you definitely need to take the initiative and pay attention to the episode's title, which of course I'll mention, as well as put in the description if that happens to be the case and you're not caught up. It would be my recommendation that you don't watch this video any further, to stay away from anything that I may spoil. This will be The Big Bang Theory Season 7, Episode 17. The title of this episode is called The Friendship Turbulence. And this will be my review, reaction, recap after just finishing watching the episode. Everyone's eating Chinese food, and Raj realizes that his tag is sticking out, and he says that's the closest he's come to sex in 2 years. Okay. And then Raj decides he wants to talk about something else besides his love life, and then Sheldon mentions, how about we talk about Penny's depressing acting career? And then Leonard has to say, hey, it's been a little tough, but Penny's following her dreams. In my book, it's not depressing. Amy wants to borrow that book when he's done, and we find out that Penny's actually turned down a role in the Gorilla movie, Part 2. I don't remember exactly what it was called, but she turned down Part 2 of the movie that she had a nude scene in. And then Leonard says, if you want to turn down roles and burn through your savings, sure, you know what you're doing. And that makes Penny, of course, leave. And then Leonard goes to follow Penny. And Amy says, I think we're going to go. And Sheldon says, are you sure? We didn't get to tap the juicy vein that is Howard Wolowitz. That's pretty hilarious, actually. And then Bernadette says, why do you feel the need to put down my husband? And Sheldon says, well, Howard started it years ago. Howard said that Sheldon reminded him of a cross between C-3PO and Pee Wee Herman. I find that hilarious, by the way. Which is, yeah, just hilarious. And then Raj ends up walking Amy to her car during this. The next day at the university, Howard stops by Sheldon's office and thinks that they could try to be better friends, as Bernadette told him some great points last night, as they've known each other for a really long time. And then she showed her boobs, and that kind of, he forgot everything else. But so Howard actually invites Sheldon to a NASA thing with him, so Sheldon can stop by and see his mom and his brother and his sister, or whoever else is available in Texas for him. And Raj wants to message somebody on an online dating thing, and he wants Amy to be his online wingman, so to speak, and like respond for him with something that he would say. Penny has taken Sheldon to the pharmacy as he's getting prepared for this trip to Texas. And then something goes wrong with Penny's car, and smoke comes from her engine. And Sheldon mentions the check engine light that he always pesters her about. And then the guys are playing Axis and Allies on a night. Penny gets there freaking out due to her car being completely out of commission now. And she doesn't have a job. She doesn't have a car. She's freaking out. And then Sheldon pokes his head out the door, because this is happening in the hallway, says, wrap it up, Leonard. We're waiting on you, Sheldon says. And Penny's like, oh, you think I'm inconveniencing you? You know, she gets a little mad at Sheldon. And then Amy and Raj's online dating interests have a lot in common. So much so that Amy's actually meeting her for coffee. So she told this person, which I can't remember her name, and she was on the show for a good portion of the remainder of the show. I don't remember what her name is. And I think they said in the episode, I just didn't catch it. She told her, like, hey, Raj is, he wants me to do this for him and respond to these messages. And yeah, they apparently have a lot in common. So Howard says Bernadette has noise-canceling breasts. Plane ride time for Howard and Sheldon to Texas. And then Sheldon says as a child he dreamed of going to outer space. And then going to space, I think he said. And then he realized that anybody can go to space since Howard did. And that kind of ruined his dream. And then Sheldon really has to go to the bathroom. And this is like the second time in 5 minutes. The first time it was safety concerns. And now he really, really has to go because of apple juice. And then there's some major turbulence that happens on this plane. At first, it doesn't really bother Howard, but Sheldon's annoyed by it right away. But then it gets worse where they're both afraid. And Sheldon's like, oh, you're my friend. I kind of think of you like I think of the show. What show did he say? God damn it. Firefly, where it got canceled when it was really good or something like that. And then in a really good moment in the show, Leonard has bought Penny a new car. It's nothing fancy, but it's a car. She doesn't know what to say. Hug and kiss for Leonard. Raj ruins Amy's coffee date. And the turbulence is over with. And Sheldon and Howard agree to stop holding hands in a minute as the episode ends. So, pretty good episode. I'll score it 8.3 out of 10. My character of the episode, which could have been to many characters, I have to give it to Sheldon because of the things that Sheldon does, but certainly Leonard buying Penny a car, Penny with the focus on her refusal of some roles for acting, Howard with some advancements in his character. So good performances all through the show, on this episode at least, but I think Sheldon, just because Sheldon's so awesome, he gets the top spot. And then, as many of you know, I rate Penny, because she's the reason why I started watching The Big Bang Theory. I'm going to give her an 8.7 out of 10. So, you've heard what I have to say. Now, of course, it's your turn. If you are a fan of The Big Bang Theory and want to help me out with the YouTube algorithm and generally think that I do a good job, I know these aren't anything fancy, but I can talk about the show. If more people would interact with me about it, I might have more to say. But definitely Hulk smash the like button if you feel that way. Share the video with a friend. Put this video on any one of your social media platforms. And last but certainly, well, one more thing before I get to that. Don't forget to leave me a comment in the comment section with your thoughts. Tell me what you think of my reviews of this show. Tell me what you want to see. If there's something that I'm not doing, I'm not going to do a full reaction where I watch the episode, because I've already watched the episodes before, and that's just really hard to do. The only thing I do actual live reactions to are UFC fights. So let me know what you think in the comment section. And then last but certainly not least, don't forget to hit that sub button. Subscribe to the channel. You're watching the video anyway. Join the team, show your damn support, and be a part of something special. And JDev will return.